And we're live and we're recording. If you didn't hear that little note to let you know that this is being recorded. You guys are awkward.
Oh my God, right? I know.
I'm sorry.
Well, welcome to the show.
I got nervous because something came up on my computer as you were like 3, 2, 1, and I thought there was like something wrong, and it was just saying, "Oh, it's being recorded."
No, it's funny because the people that will hear this later will not hear that little prompt or notification, but I try to acknowledge it sometimes to be funny, but I'm not funny, so here we are. Welcome to the show, The Awkwards. But on
change their name.
Yeah, right.
I put the wrong.
No, but for real, hanging out tonight with the Boastfuls, 2 guys from the Boastfuls. Guys, it's been quite a long time. I think it's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully what happened last time when we recorded a podcast doesn't happen tonight, which is really funny because last time, I'll tell the story really quick. They were in the studio when I had a radio show up in Scranton. We were doing a podcast there and the recording stopped as, like 5 minutes or whatever after we hit record. So we did a whole podcast that didn't record and had to try and do it again and capture all the magic. Well, if you're in an interview and try and, capture, the candid conversations and things like that, again, it doesn't work, but we pushed through. But it was funny because last time, a week prior to that, it happened to the guys in Another Day Dawns, who I also, yeah. So it wasn't just you guys, but it was funny because they just released a new song about 2 weeks ago. And I had an interview with them, and fingers crossed, it didn't happen again. It didn't, but I was very nervous because, it happened before. But it's funny that you guys, 2 years later, same timeline-ish, releasing new music, and it's been a long time coming. So welcome to the show. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. But a lot has happened since we last spoke 2 years ago. You're one man short.
We are.
The trio of the Boastfuls is now a duo with. What happened? Chad's gone.
Yeah, it sucks. It was amicable. It was all on good terms. It's just, Chad is kind of at a new chapter in his life that
sure.
Chris and I aren't quite at yet. He has a house. He has a fiance. He has like a good job that it's just like the timing was off.
So he's weighed down by life.
I guess, yeah.
The whole ball and chain. I think that comes from that. And I'm not referring to his fiance. I'm happily married, but I mean, the things you choose to do in life, and buying houses and getting married and growing up. Basically, I'm not saying that you guys are children, but
yeah.
Okay, you are. That's fine. Awkward little babies.
Awkward children. We haven't developed social skills yet. They come with puberty, I think.
But yeah, I mean, those things happen, and I'm sure the pandemic did not help any of it.
No, I mean, he literally said to us, he was like, if it were a year ago, like it wouldn't be a problem. We'd all be in different places. He didn't have the job he had a little over a year ago. He didn't have a house. He wasn't engaged. It was just different. But clearly, it wasn't going to happen a year ago.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Chad, we're happy for you.
Absolutely.
Best of luck with your house and fiance and all that kind of stuff. Marriage is wonderful. I am so happy being married. I've never been happier.
Are you okay? You all right?
I'm blinking heavily. Help me.
I was going to say, do you need help?
No, it's definitely different though. It's wild. It's good though. It's good. It's good.
But I don't think he would.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yeah, of course. He wouldn't do it if he wasn't happy, right? Unless he needs help. We should go help him.
I'll text him.
All right, let him know. Let him know that I'm here for him. So, but the Boastfuls are releasing a new song called Medicate. That song, by the time this podcast is available, the song will be out, available on all the streaming services. I have had the pleasure of hearing it. And once again, I mean, guys, I said this is the follow up to the song Tequila. The song Tequila had a lot of Queens of the Stone Age vibes to it. And the minute this song came out, the new song Medicate, again, I mean, right off the bat, I was like, again, I hear, Queens of Stone Age.
That's a huge compliment. Yeah,
I'll take it.
I knew you guys wouldn't be offended by it because I remember you being happy when I said it about Tequila, but yeah. So 2 years later,
yeah,
just about.
Yeah. Oddly enough, we absolutely butcher Queens of the Stone Age songs.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm butcher, but yeah,
we don't practice.
Every now and then so for Chad's last gig with us, that one of his requests was that we pull out No One Knows, which we haven't played probably since Chris first joined the band. And we're like, yeah, that'll be fine. And like, we probably individually ran through it a bunch of times, and then as soon as we got up on stage, it's like, I don't remember how this song goes at all.
That's funny.
So we channel them. We can't be them, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine because that's them and you're you.
Yeah.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll talk about the new song, Medicate. Like I said, it's due out on September 1st, which will be, after or before rather when this airs. But it's been a minute since you guys released new tunes. Obviously, I think the pandemic probably played a little bit a part of that. So talk about the new song and what you guys have going on.
Yeah, for sure. Oddly enough, it was probably written right around the time that Tequila released, if not before. So we've been sitting on it a really long time, which sucks. And it's not the only one we've been sitting on. But it was just kind of like we were in a good spot, going into 2020, right before everything shut down and then the world went crazy. We were in a really good spot. We had a plan laid out to consistently put out music that year. Had a few, small runs as support for bigger bands lined up. And then it was all gone.
In a strange way, I am grateful that we kind of put off releasing the song. The song has evolved quite a bit from the original version. Yeah. I'm a lot happier. It sounds a lot different, and it's fun.
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise. It was. It like I said, it really sucked, and we were all really eager to get it out and to get all of the music out and get the ball rolling. And the discussion amongst us was that it's gonna suck, but we probably just need to ride this out and wait it out until we could actually have a push behind it. So now that we're here and all this other stuff came out and is coming up, it seems like a good time.
It was hopefully worth the wait.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
We'll see.
One thing I was going to say though is, you guys had a lot of momentum leading into 2020. I think you dropped Tequila late in 2019.
Literally right after Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, you had a lot of stuff going on and a lot of dates booked and things like that. So, what did that feel like when the kind of, the world shut down and the dates fell off the calendar and we were told
it was brutal.
Sit in your home and don't leave.
It was brutal. And like it was for everybody. I mean, it was weird. So for us, the last gig we played was the St. Patrick's Day parade that year.
Oh, did you?
We played, and we played the grand opening of a bar that had around 2,000 people there. And we played for 6.5 hours.
A few of the other bands had dropped, so we were there the whole day.
It was literally they put out the announcement 2 days before, I think, saying the city was shutting down the next day. So it was we played and then the city was shut down and all of our stuff got canceled. So it was brutal because that at that point, like that was the most people we'd played to. You know, it was the biggest kind of thing we had going on. You know, aside from like putting out our own music, like gig wise, that was as big as it had gotten for us.
Absolutely.
So and then it was just like all gone, and it really sucked. But like I said, I mean, it did for everybody, and you know, we kept busy, you know, like most people did. We kind of took that time to really, like Chris said, like hone in on the music we had written. Spent a lot of time with Paul Young of Panacea.
What a mistake.
What
a mistake.
Right?
What are you doing? Out of all the guys you could find, Paul Young?
I know, right? I met him a few years ago now, you know, probably early 2019, I want to say. And he has just, I'm very grateful to say he's kind of taken me and us under his wing. He's been our guru. And honestly, and I don't think he would be upset with me saying it, the best thing about having Paul is that he's not afraid to tell you, like, when something needs to change or something sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know, that I don't know that it was particularly like something that we needed, but you know, at that point we didn't have anyone really giving constructive criticism. It was just the three of us, you know, so we only knew, like, you know, what we liked about it, and you know, I think maybe to a fault we were content. I don't know if that's the right word. Like we were like happy with where we were, but definitely knew, you know, that more time spent on them wouldn't hurt. And,
sure.
Yeah, Paul, you know, especially for Medicate, Paul was a huge, you know, kind of influence of change for, you know, how the song came out. It's like a night and day difference from, you know, when we first wrote it to when we sat down with him. We were rehearsing with him every week for a couple months, you know, 4 or 5 hours, literally just playing Medicate over and over and over and over again. You know, and because for him, like, that's just like, that's how he did it, you know, and that's how, you know, maybe it should be done. He's like, you know, just play it until it's second nature, and, you know, that'll really help you kind of, you know, pick out the stuff that's maybe, you know, maybe doesn't fit or that could maybe change. So yeah, it was huge. He was a huge help.
Yeah, so, I mean, you want the truth.
Very, very grateful.
You want the truth. You find an old, disgruntled, bitter man who has nothing to hold
and that's
back.
Paul. That is Paul.
I love Paul.
Yeah, I do too. And you know what? Honest, like, I will say personally too, and it's helped a lot. As annoying as it could be, he is up my ass 24/7 about writing music, about like writing the original stuff and getting it honed in. Like anytime I just mention that I might have an idea, he does not leave me alone about it until he hears it, you know, until he could, you know, give it a listen and have something to say about it, and, you know, offer criticism and critiques, and offer help, which is good. But it'd be like midnight and he'd text me like, where's it? Like, where's the song? I'd be like, dude, oh my God, leave me alone. Like, I'll have it. So I'm grateful for that. Even the other day, he was like, just so you know, like, as soon as you come home, like, let's get back together and let's, you know, get rolling on, you know, the stuff that we've been tossing around.
It keeps us on top of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, it sounds like, and this is not a knock on you by any means, but it sounds like you guys kind of need that little bit of push. It's like when you're, you know, committing to the gym, and, you know, if you know that if you don't have a workout buddy, you're not gonna give it your 110%.
Absolutely exactly what it's like. Yeah, it is. And, you know, a part of it too is that we're both really busy, you know, outside of, you know, what is that? I thought it looks like a candle.
Yes, I'm drinking the candle. Yes,
I could, if you'd like.
It's the candle of Christ. Not just a water jug. Just a water jug. Just a water little. Yeah.
All right. I didn't mean to intrude on your glassware. It just looked like a candle. It looked cool. Yeah. I knew you weren't drinking a candle, but it looks like it could be a candle.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Like those like Jesus candles that are like people have by their beds. I mean, it's the candle of Christ. Yeah. But no, it's not.
The jug of Popko.
Just a drinking vessel.
Got it. All right, that's okay.
Keeps cold liquids cold and hot liquids hot.
That's all you need.
Yeah, double walled, vacuumed, whatever the hell it's called.
You're not messing around.
Get yourself one. No joke. You can put these things in the sun. Open it up, drink it. Still cold.
And I'm gonna get one just to. I don't believe that. I'm gonna get one.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you get old like me, these things are what's important in life.
The little things.
Well, my drink's cold. My cold drink's cold, and my hot drink's hot. That's what I want in my life right now as a 38-year-old man. That's what I want. That's what I got.
That's the secret.
One day when you're my age, you'll be like, God damn it, that guy had it down.
You've just set the bar so high. I'm going to live the rest of my life just waiting for that moment.
Well, I mean, Paul and I, we go back, way back, and we can teach you.
I know.
The young kids.
We have a group chat with him and Mitch of Anytime Soon, and every time you do a podcast, there was like a string where there were like 8 in a row where like somebody mentioned Paul, and we would always text each other like, dude, like, come on. Well, you have your hand in everything.
He's the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, if the walls could talk,
Yeah.
So you're in good hands. We
are. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I mean, what are you going to do? So you have the song comes out, like I said, September 1st. This podcast is not going to matter in reference to that because it's going to be out after the fact. But with the release of that song, you're doing you have a busy September. You have a bunch of shows lined up. What are you doing as far as a drummer goes?
So we have 2 of our good friends, Jordan and Mike, filling in with us. Jordan's the drummer of the Motley Picture Path. He was in Grace's Downfall. He plays in Anytime Soon. Just disgusting drummer. Awesome dude. So he is playing tomorrow with us. Well, whenever this comes out, he's playing September 1st at Stage West, which you'll probably be missing at that point, everyone listening. But he was there with us.
Sorry. I wanted to get this out before the release of the song, but I'm like, we're busy. You're busy. I'm busy.
Yeah, it's all right.
And I was like, I kind of wanted to talk. I didn't want to like talk to you guys like way beforehand and release it 2 weeks after because that's no fun.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But he's playing a couple dates with us, and then our good friend Mike from Philly, who's in a band called Dirty Brain, is playing from the 2nd to the 8th with us, which is absolutely awesome, because coming from Philly, he got our original music like a week and a half ago, and he's just been like hammering it down and getting it. And so we have it figured out. Beyond then, we're not really 100% sure yet. We're still trying to work out the details. As far as like writing and studio work goes, which I think is probably going to end up being our focus after this, I will be okay just because I could play and track. If it gets to the point where we're ready to record again and we don't have a drummer yet, like we'll be all right. So yeah, I think for a while it might just be kind of laying low, not laying low per se, but not doing like a full band gig every week.
Right.
Having one every few months, and only when we know we'll have a drummer that's with more than enough time to prepare that we feel comfortable with.
And if I recall correctly, you kind of were a drummer first, right?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
so that works out.
4 or 5 years before I started guitar. So I honestly, I will say I probably feel more comfortable writing and recording drums than I do guitar.
Well, it's good for studio work, though. You can do both.
Yeah, it works out for that. It's probably not what Chris wants to hear from his guitarist, saying that he's more comfortable playing another instrument, but
you said it before.
I'm grateful. Yeah,
it's old news at this point. Yeah, so we're lucky. That's like a little weight off our shoulders that we know, like as far as, producing stuff where it's not going to come to a grinding halt. We have that stuff figured out.
Yeah, I'm just happy that it wasn't Chris who left the band, because that would be real bad news for him. Because
Yeah,
Chris is the member of the band with a tattoo of the Boastfuls logo on his arm.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I'm in this.
It's there somewhere.
When I first saw the announcement on Facebook, I'm like, I just read it quickly. I didn't even see the picture yet. I'm like, oh no, which one is it?
Oh man! And at that point, I think I was in the band a month. Like I had just joined the band.
It's basically what's going to happen is wherever Chris ends up going, that'll be the Boastfuls.
Yeah.
And, if he quits, I'll just have to figure something out. It'll be something else.
Yeah, Chris owns the Boastfuls now, forever.
Yeah. That's about as good as branding could get, I think.
Hey, I have to say though, 2 years later, I don't regret it. I'm still happy with it.
No regrets.
That's what. No regrets.
That's good, man. I'm happy. I'm happy you guys are moving forward and plugging along and getting the new stuff out there. Yeah, I think I saw you guys. I saw you guys last. You guys did a show for me for a Coors Light event at Montage, which was right before. I was thinking it was like no, it's not September, February 25th. I want to say, maybe.
I remember that. I left my introductory art course to come.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There were pyrotechnics.
Yeah, there were fireworks inside. You got paid?
I didn't have those in art class.
No, you got paid. There were fireworks. It was pretty awesome.
What am I paying for?
I don't know. You're getting ripped off, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you get? Yeah, you guys were in school and stuff, like during a pandemic. How did that go? Like off the topic of the Boastfuls, we'll get back to that too. But like, I'm always interested to see like how that worked.
So at the time I was in my last semester of school. So, it wasn't that bad because my course load, although I was taking a lot, none of it was difficult. I was doing like an independent study. I was doing an internship. It was a lot of just kind of filler stuff to fulfill credits. So, when the campus shut down, a lot of the stuff, it was just impossible for me to do a lot. I couldn't do my independent study. I couldn't do my internship. I couldn't do practicum hours. So it worked out for me because that means they automatically pass you, which is awesome.
There you go.
I think I had my highest GPA of my college career my last semester because I was in school for like 4 weeks.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it's something. I still get to say it.
Got that piece of paper.
Yeah, no, I do. And I have the bill laying next to it.
Yep.
To remember.
I paid mine off. Was it last October?
It's funny, and I won't mention where I go. I guess it doesn't matter because college is all the same. I actually don't have my diploma because I still owe the school money, but they did send me the the placard that your diploma comes in.
Okay.
They sent me an empty one.
Here's what you could have. Here's what this would be in.
Can you imagine if you just gave us that $30,000, see what you could have on your wall?
What is this?
That's a good feeling.
Is this a car loan or a car title? We'll give you the title when you pay it off.
I got so excited. I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, it's my, they sent it to me. And then I opened it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It was literally just the envelope. And I had heard stories that if you had a physical graduation, they would do the same thing, but you would have a bill statement in it.
That's
this
funny.
says see cashier's office. Yeah, but at the same time, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, that's ruthless.
I guess. Yeah,
colleges are savages, man.
I was like, I ended on a high note, and then I got that. I was like, I ended on an okay note. It's it's over with. It's over with. That's what's important.
Yeah, it's not over till you pay that off.
Oh no, I know.
Little monthly reminder. Hey, Martin, what's up?
Yeah, I love a couple months after I graduated, my like loan statement became available like through my banking app, and I literally it goes up $6 a day. No lie. I watch it go $6 a day, which
It's
times
such
30 days is literally the interest is more than my payment.
it's
It's
such a
insane.
racket. It's such a racket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and try and say I know how to fix it, 'cause I don't. But I mean, I have ideas. But it's such a
It's
horrible situation.
Yeah, it is, and it's so funny because Brandon, our guitarist, when we first formed, and one of my oldest friends, like when we lived together, it was when I first started college, and he is like uber anti-college, like he really is, and he'd see me at the time, like I would still work like 30 something hours a week, so I would work like 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., come home, change, and go to class, and he'd like catch me just coming out of the like either coming in or leaving. He's just like, "You're so stupid. Like, why did you go to college? It's such a waste." And I'd be like, "It's not a waste. I'll use it." Here I am, you know,
My
almost
parents
2 years out.
my parents told me this would pay off.
I'm waiting. I'm sure it will when I'm 40 or something. But you know what? Like I literally, I think I texted him like the day after, because it was like my last day of class. I was like, yeah, I don't feel any different. I was like, that might have been a bad idea. And I texted, I was like, you might have been right. I think you might be right.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. It really is. I don't know. It's not for everyone. And I mean, you guys are much younger than I am.
Yeah.
But
I'll say that because I went for marketing and stuff like that. So I learned a lot that helps like us, like, and that I could apply to what we're doing, and that helps our brand. So I could at least say that, if nothing else.
right, and you're right. But you can also you could have taken an online course, just to learn what you learned that you can apply to the band, and you would have been set.
Thank you for that.
I'm sorry. No,
you're right.
It sucks. Like, again, you guys are much younger than I am, but like I grew up in the era that my parents, like my mom didn't go to college. My dad like had a 2-year associate degree. He was a surveyor, but like they were all like, and then my whole generation was like, you went to high school and got good grades, you got into college and you did well in college, and you got out, you got the job of your dreams, the house, the white picket fence. Life was going to be spectacular. Because that's what they felt, that's what would help us have a better life than what they had. I'm not mad at them for that, but like that's not really accurate all the time.
Yeah, to each his own. It's like you said, it's not for everybody. I don't even particularly think that it wasn't for me. I think that our age in particular kind of had a weird ending to it, just because of the state of the world. It was different,
Yeah.
And even applying for jobs like afterwards, it was I was applying for jobs in Chicago because they were like, yeah, it'll be remote for at least the next 2 years, and then probably remote after that. I was like, oh, cool, Chicago. I'll never go, but I could say I work there. So,
but that's cool
weird.
though too, though. That's also cool though, because like when I was in college, like I would have had to have moved to like New York or a bigger city, because the internet was kind of still in its infancy, and you had to be on site. So like you have an opportunity where you could do a job in Scranton, Pennsylvania, but work for a company in Chicago.
Yeah, for sure.
That's also cool too.
It is. Yeah, I have a friend that I graduated high school with that got a producer position on the Kelly and Ryan show like mid-pandemic, and worked from Scranton as a producer for like over a year, and like just moved out to the city like this week finally. So it's cool. I got none of them, so I guess it doesn't matter in the end. I'm still here. But
you keep putting it out there.
I think at the time it was because the band was just in this place where we had no idea when all this stuff was coming back. We didn't really know what we were going to be doing. So obviously I want a career job one day. But I think at the time it was just because I was like right out of college, and that it was still at the exact same time the band wasn't playing, so the band wasn't making money. So that wasn't really like an excuse for me to, not have a full-time job. And I was like, oh, like, shit, maybe I should get a full-time job and, just buckle down. I guess that everything happens for a reason. We're here now and it's picking back up. And odds are if I had a full-time job, I wouldn't be able to be doing what we're going to be doing. So it worked out.
You're right. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So, Martin, whatever may have happened to you in college, it's okay.
Thank you. I feel better now. Now that I've heard it from you, it feels better.
All right, there you go. There you go. Chris, what about you? Chris, how did you spend the last year?
So, I have since dropped out of college.
See, Martin?
Yeah.
Not for everybody.
I knew, well, this is a great example of it. I knew the Zoom format wouldn't work for me. And as of now, I do have plans of going back. We'll see. But no, I'm just happy to be doing what we're doing now and see where it takes us.
Cool. I hope it takes you to the moon.
Us too.
On a rocket ship with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
A dick-shaped rocket ship.
Not like Richard Branson's. It looks so like. What a comparison. Richard Branson's. I was like, this is the future. Oh my God. And then Bezos went up. I was like, oh God, go back.
Oh man. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
So weird.
It is weird. But so talk a little bit about the shows you have coming up so that people, if they want to catch you out and about, they can.
Yeah, for sure. So starting September 1st, we played just about every day through the 10th. We have a couple days off. So we're in Scranton. Then we go to Allentown, then Manhattan, then Philly, then Harrisburg, then Phoenixville, then Lancaster. So we're kind of all over the place.
And are they opening up for the same band, or is there different headliners?
No, so most of them are with Kulick, which is sweet. We got to play with him right when we first started writing original music. We got to open for him at Stage West.
He's amazing.
He's so friggin' talented. It's insane.
Yeah.
He's just like a machine. It's awesome. So I'm really looking forward to, getting back together with them and seeing what they have. I feel like I always see him putting out music, but I feel like I'm gonna hear like 10 new songs I've never heard before when we get there tomorrow.
You might.
I don't know. We might. Yeah. He probably wrote them this week. He said he's a machine. So yeah, we have a bunch of dates with him. The band Take the Name, who was formerly Violet 9, who we actually linked up with through playing with Another Day Dawns. We played a few shows with both of them, and it just so happens that they're close with Kulick. They've written music together, so they've kind of, there's like a stipulation in Kulick's contract where he's touring with other bands, so he can't play certain dates in certain cities. So we're going out with Take the Name on those dates, which is great because it keeps us playing every night, and there's different bands every night. Like there's different locals, bands we've never gotten to play with before and never heard before. So it'll be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could be at that show tomorrow night, but hashtag dad life.
Don't even worry about it.
Hashtag dad life.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Your manager knows.
Yeah.
Joey Cabas
He does.
I saw his kid bumped his head the other day.
Bumped it. He bumped it hard.
I saw a big bandit over it. I didn't ask him about it, but yeah. What's it like working with Joey?
He's been great. He, I can't speak for both of us individually, like as a whole, obviously, but I know individually as long as I've known Joe. He's done a lot for me. He really has. As far as my kind of college career goes, as far as my future after college, obviously with the band, he's been like a good source of insight for us for as long as we've known him, and especially, at least for me, coming into the same career field, like he's been doing it for a while. So he offered me a lot of insight, he's kind of walked me through a lot of, where I need to be, what I should be learning, what I should be doing, so it's been great. And obviously like that doesn't even, touch on all of the stuff he does for us as a band, like setting up all of these shows, kind of guiding us through the release process and, how we handle that, how we handle the days and weeks after that. Because it's like, we've never done it before, and we're lucky. As a band, we've literally been linked up with him since our first show. Like we played our first show and he watched on Facebook, and like since then we've had him like working with us and guiding us. So that was great. He's been a huge help this entire time.
Good. Those good people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it seems like he has a lot of faith in us, which makes us feel better, obviously, because I think it's fair to say Chris and I both are like critical, I guess you could say, like if it weren't for someone else like pushing us and saying like, no, you have what it takes, you got to just work at it and go do it, like I don't know that I'd be doing it. I really don't. Right. So it's the same way like Paul pushes us, it's people that like see what maybe we have trouble seeing.
Yeah, in that way, in terms of music, we are definitely the opposite of boastful.
Yeah, for sure. It's part of the reason Paul harasses me so much, because I like when I'm writing, I will sit on stuff for months, and it's not even like writer's block or anything like that. It's just like I'm like, this needs to change. I'm not happy with this, but I don't really know where I want it to go, so I'm just gonna sit on it. So, having people to tell us like, just chill out, like you're good, you know what you're doing, just do it. Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah. So with that being said, you have Medicate coming out September 1st. Do you have any plans to release more new music this year?
Yeah. We've gone into some detail about that. Planning for the future. We're probably going to see one more single, and then an EP. Probably, I mean, at this point, it's already September, so I don't want to definitively say that they will both come by the end of the year, but it'll be close. We'll probably see another single in a month or two, and then late end of the year, early next year will be the EP.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, which is exciting. Yeah. And really at this point, it's more a matter of the songs are written. It's just booking studio time, because studios are tough to get into right now.
Yeah.
They have been since, last March. So.
Yeah. Now, are you guys concerned at all with, it feels like, and maybe this is more of just schools, where we're seeing, more mask mandates and things like that. Are you worried about, playing your string of shows coming up and anything after that? Because, you see bands like, I think 9 Inch Nails canceled the rest of their tour this year and things like that. Obviously, and this is not a knock on you guys, your crowds will not be as big as a 9 Inch Nails show.
No.
But, do you foresee any, are you guys worried yourselves, or, what's your take on all that?
So it seems like a lot of the venues we're playing at are really taking this into consideration. They have a lot of requirements, a lot of safety measures that they're taking. And that's kind of, especially from like a month ago to now, a lot of the nerves have been like alleviated.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. And another nod to Joe, because I was like even a week ago, I was kind of really freaking out about it. I was really worried about it because you're seeing like big bands and even, you know, smaller bands, you know, that just, they're not doing it, you know? So yeah, I was really worried about it. And, you know, Joe kind of kept us grounded. He's like, don't, like, it's all good. It's happening, you know, like it'll happen, you know, it's going to be like Chris said, you know, like certain places are taking, you know, extra measures, like, you know, for Manhattan, for instance, like everyone playing and attending has to be vaccinated. Like there's stuff like that going on, which is, you know, think of it what you will. Like it doesn't bother me, obviously. Like, you know, I'm playing obviously, so like that's where I stand. And but I don't, like, do whatever you want. I don't care. But if you want to come to the show, you know what you have to do. But at the same time, too, you know, from when bars started opening again up until maybe 2 months ago, we were playing to like 30 people in full bars, full band. So I think at this point, it's like, it doesn't faze us. I think it's okay. And, you know, they've been steadily getting bigger, which has been great to see, you know. And that was another thing at first I was like a little worried about, but also, you know, being like a part of this industry, like it was encouraging, you know, to come back. And I remember the first show we had, we played at the V Spot the week after they lifted all of the restrictions in Pennsylvania. And like, I was worried about that. I was like, I don't know if people are like ready. I was like, I don't know if people are going to come back out. Like, I'm really worried. And then I think we had just shy of 200 people there, which is awesome. Like, that's huge. That was, I think, the second largest crowd we've ever had there. And we've played there one more time since, and we had even more people. So it's been great to see. Now, we've also had a gig where we had 3 people there in the last 2 months. So, like, you know, it goes both ways. That sucked. That was bad. But that was,
yeah.
You know,
I was so
it happens.
curious to see what would happen. You know, as far as people coming back out of their homes and getting into bars and you know, confined spaces and things like that. And I thought it was going to take much longer than it did. But people, I think they were just so fed up, and they were like, "We're going out. We don't care. We're vaccinated. We're not
That's
vaccinated. Like, we're out."
I think it's fair to say that a majority of people that had doubts probably just stayed home. But, you know, the fact of the matter is there's enough people that are just fed up, that, you know, wanted to be back out and wanted to be enjoying that kind of stuff. So, you know, good for us, I guess. Hey, good for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
I think. I'm not, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where to stand.
We'll see what happens.
It was cool to see. We'll see what happens. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, guys, the new song is great. It's called Medicate. If you're listening to this or watching this, it's out now, streaming everywhere, you know, Spotify, things like that. Check out the Boastfuls on Facebook and I guess Twitter, Instagram, all those fun places. You can see where they're playing the next 2 weeks or so, and definitely keep your eyes and ears on these guys as they maneuver through another interesting year. That's you know, that is 2021, but I have no doubt you guys will persevere and make it through, and hopefully next year this is all behind us.
Hope so.
Yeah. Any final words?
Yeah. No, I have none. Thank you for having us.
The band of many words.
Very
Yeah.
The awkwards.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the awkwards. No, but seriously, thank you guys so much. And I do hope to see you guys out sooner than later, and wish you the best of luck with the new song and everything coming up for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
See ya.